Hello everyone out there, it's me, it's Tisha with It's Hanson Fans Fired Up. And I want to talk about Russian Dolls and the Masked Singer and their latest song that they sung, Shallow. But before we get into that, let's get into the clues. Oh my gosh, this performance of Shallow, along with the clue package, was an emotional one. It had me in tears, wanting to cry, because hearing what the guys were talking about when they were younger, when they were children, how they were being made fun of, and how they received a lot of criticism when they first came onto the scene and busted through, and how they were just kind of talked about in really bad ways. And for a child, because we think of Hanson now, 30s, and Isaac's 40 years old, we think about them now, but we don't think about them when they were children, when they were just kids, when Zach was 10 or 11 and Taylor was 14, 15, and Isaac was around 15, 16 years old. Well, I think more 17. And you don't think about that time that they were kids. They were just kids who were doing what they loved, and they were made fun of about things that they really couldn't change about themselves. They couldn't change how they looked, how they talked, who they were as people. But yet, at the same time, they were just bashed so bad. And as fans, we relate to that, because a lot of us who were fans of Hanson, we were made fun of too for liking them. I remember someone questioning my sexuality because I had like the hugest crush on Taylor Hanson. I remember all those things when I was growing up and liking Hanson, but yet a lot of us stayed. We stood our ground. We're like, no, we absolutely love this band, and we see what they are, and we see their talent. And obviously 24 years later, here they are, still standing, still selling out concerts and shows. So it is a great emotional package that they put together. I also caught on the nickel and the dime, and to me that nickel and dime represented the fact that between them they have 15 kids. And also after the performance, they had like a little iPod looking thingy, and a kangaroo popped up, and they talked about, like, you never know how many are gonna pop out of how many joys will pop out of the mama kangaroo. But I also kind of linked it to when they did Tulsa, Tokyo, middle of nowhere. If you remember, one of the stops that they made, they were in Australia. So, you know, we know that kangaroos come from Australia. So for me, I kind of tied that clue into Tulsa, Tokyo, middle of nowhere, just because I do remember that they did have a section in that VHS where they had went to Australia. So those are the clues that kind of stood out to me. Of course, there are more clues, but the clue that really got to my heart was hearing the guys talk about when they were kids and how they just were unfairly criticized and made fun of. And honestly, this is something that you probably would not see in today. You probably would not see, or people wouldn't tolerate grown adults talking about children. And at that time, Hanson was children. They were kids, and they were under some harsh criticism. People saying that they wanted them to die, and all this horrible things that now, today, people would not even think about saying to children. And through all that, they persevered, and they're still here. And I think that shows their great foundation of their parents, of their family, and the integrity that they have. So next, we're gonna go to the reaction and watch this video. I'm so excited, and I can't wait to watch it with you guys, and so that you guys can see my thoughts on how I think about this next performance that they did. So here we go. I'm excited.
There's only two of them.
So there's only two. And that is no other than Isaac. Oh my gosh. I absolutely love it when Hanson stripped their voices down. And that's Taylor. But you can still hear Zach as well. So you can still hear all three guys harmonizing. Oh, this makes me want to cry. As a fan, I get emotional about this because it's like people finally are hearing the raw talent that Hanson has. And it's beautiful. They definitely have earned their right to be at the table of entertainers. Okay guys, so this performance was awesome. It was great. I loved how they stripped back their voices and you just heard those beautiful harmonies. They've been singing a couple of pop songs and those songs were good, you know, and they did them justice, but there is nothing better in my Hanson universe than hearing the guys strip their voices down and just hearing that pure raw talent that they have and seeing how much work they have put into their gift, their craft of singing and being musicians. They really, really, really are good and they think about their harmonies and all that good stuff. And I can tell that when you go to like a concert or even hearing them sing on The Masked Singer that they take what they do seriously. This is what they do, and I just absolutely love this song. It was stripped back. It was so good. And usually, like after a Hanson song, you get all like peppy, but hearing the Clue package and why they picked Shallow, they picked Shallow to strip back their voices, but also represents a time in their lives as children where they were just unfairly talked about and teased just for being who they are, and they did not think or realize that this would probably happen to them being kids, but it did. But I'm so happy that Hanson is still here. So everyone out there, I hope you enjoyed this video about Hanson and the Russian Dolls and all of my theories that I believe in breadcrumbs that I think lead back to Hanson, that the Russian Dolls are none other than Isaac, Taylor, and Zach. So everyone out there, continue to enjoy the music, continue to be you, continue to be great fans of Hanson or new fans of Hanson, and at the same time, you know what? It's okay to be a little bit weird.